deserve.
Oh, look at that.
Ooh.
Look what's coming up. Nick has his updated NBA MVP ladder with the regular season nearing a close. Hey, where will LeBron and the Joker and the Joel all land? Mum's the word. Gotta wait till tomorrow right here on First Things First. In the meantime,
there is a guy missing, Jenna, from that graphic that might be in first place.
Joel.
On that MVP ladder.
Oh.
Reveal it tomorrow.
Oh.
Ooh.
Let's talk some Lakers Nuggets last night. Lakers losers of 6 of 7 coming in, plus no LeBron, so all eyes once again on Anthony Davis. And unlike all the other times, seemingly, AD finally stepping up. Hits the clutch jumper to put the Lakers up 4 in the final minute, then in the final 10 seconds, flexed a little defense and seals the win.
He's
After the game, there it is. After the game, Anthony Davis, who went 25-7, with the funniest comment of the year, in my opinion, saying, quote, wait for it, guys, we're back. Nick, you share AD's confidence? One good game.
Well, listen, I was the last remaining believer in the underdog, nobody believes in us Lakers. So I don't know if I can say I agree they're back because I didn't think they ever left. But, man, even yesterday, the great Shannon Sharp was concerned. And now a day later, the Lakers played the team they're most likely to face in the first round of the playoffs with the prohibitive favorite to win league MVP, Nikola Jokic. The Lakers are without Dennis Schroeder. And they're without one other guy. It should be important come the playoffs. Oh, yeah, LeBron James, and they beat him. And they beat him because, if we're being honest, the demise of Anthony Davis has been greatly exaggerated. Anthony Davis has played 8 full seasons in the NBA. Well, okay, well, Brandon, these are just facts I'm about to give you, and you can tell me if you think all of a sudden he just fell off or he was just having a rough stretch. He's played 8 seasons in the NBA. In those 8 seasons, 6 times he was first-team All-NBA. 3 times he has finished top 6 in MVP voting. He has been the anchor had been the anchor before he got hurt, of the league's best defense, a team that still somehow has the best defense by a mile, and that is why they won yesterday, was defense. Not just the block at the end of the game, but holding the Nuggets to a 95 New York Knicks-esque 89 points. And so, yeah, the Lakers should have confidence, because what they know is throughout the Western Conference playoffs, they are likely to not only have the best player in every series, they are likely to have the 2 best players in every series they play.
You need to stop it right now, Nicholas.
They should be confident. Tell me,
Nicholas James, is this the small little window that you was waiting for? This team been struggling the last 7, 8 games. Come on, bro.
They have. But they didn't last night. They won last night.
So what I heard you say was Anthony Davis, you went back. He's been in the NBA for 8 years, and you talked about 6 years this, 3 years doing that. So you're saying he's just having a bad stretch? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that the shortened off season, maybe a little championship hangover, dealing with the Achilles, then getting hurt, that he hadn't been his full-fledged self. Yeah, that's what I think. I don't think he just got bad all of a sudden.
We've been training professional athletes, all sports, since 2012. Right now, we have around 50 pro athletes training here at our facility. One of the things I always say to these guys and girls is, listen, you can have a bad game. I mean, you can have a bad play. Sometimes you can have a bad game. What you can't have is a bad season. And that's what Anthony Davis is having, is a bad season compared to everything that you said, the 8 years he's been in the NBA. Like, what is going on with AD? Maybe it's that stuff, but great players don't have bad seasons. LeBron James never had a bad season. Michael Jordan never had a bad season, Nick. So Anthony Davis, this confidence, I mean, that's what you're looking for as a player player. Like, you're looking for that one game, that one shot, that one play that can get you out of that slump. Maybe it's that. But we need to see multiple games in a row. We need to see consistency. Having one good game against the Denver Nuggets, who shot 6 for 24 from 3, so they were terrible shooting the ball last night, and saying, "Oh, we're
because
back.
Of the defense.
Oh yeah, you're not back. You didn't even have a whole one great game. You had a great half. The first half he had 16 points. The second half, I mean, where was he in the third quarter? He was resting. He didn't even play much of the third quarter against Campazzo. Yeah. Campazzo's 4'11".
Well,
of course, you would have blocked his shot.
Brandon, you played who's out there.
He made some big plays. He made some big plays. He made some big plays in it. I just want to say this, Nick, before I pass it to you. I just want to see multiple games. I want to see consistency before we say we're back. That's all I want to see.
Okay, that's fine, but there's only they didn't play a doubleheader yesterday, so we can only talk about the one game they played. I understand that you're going to remain skeptical. I get it. But the idea, you're right, great players don't have all of a sudden awful years. But Anthony Davis, before his injury, was averaging 23 points per game, which, for the record, is the exact amount of points Joel Embiid averaged last year. The year before last, Embiid was up around 28. This year, he's up around 30. Last year, he was having a bit of a down season. The idea that Anthony Davis, before his injury, was playing horrid basketball, to me, is not accurate. He was not playing he could be league MVP basketball, but Wilds. I apologize. I got a question for you, and it might not be where you were trying to go with this, but and let me ask you this question, then take it wherever you want. In your heart of hearts, who do you trust more in an upcoming playoff series? The Joker or AD? Who do you think is going to have more of an impact on both ends of the court if they play each other? Because that's without LeBron.
Yeah. That's fair. I would take AD with LeBron rather than a Jamal Murray-less Joker. But I think it goes back to how healthy is LeBron? Because I feel like we're missing the biggest stories that LeBron sat out, and they needed this game. Now, they got the win, but LeBron knew that he hated the play-in. They want to avoid that, and they kind of escaped it now. But, Nick, we have such a limited sort of injury history of LeBron. I don't remember him coming back and then being like, you know what? Came back too early. I'm going to sit this one out. So are you super confident in LeBron's health? And I know it's silly. It's hard for us to play doctors out here. But I felt like him coming back, and then sort of pulling and then taking more rest gave me pause and made me think like, maybe this is a little more injured than I thought. He's also had these weird comments like, it doesn't matter if I'm 100%, versus AD who was like, I'm 100%. So it just feels like LeBron doesn't feel as confident in his ankle as like I think he'd like to be.
Listen, I do not think LeBron is totally right yet. I do think he will be by 2 weeks from now, and that's why he took yesterday off. And listen, they've got 3 more back-to-backs coming. I don't think LeBron's going to play every game the rest of the way. But the reason why I'm more confident in this than his previous injury, and Brandon, you can speak to this with far greater expertise than I can, is it's not a soft tissue injury. It's not a hamstring or a calf or a groin. The high ankle sprain is a very serious injury as far as the time of you being out. But the odds of re-aggravating it, it's totally different than if it were a muscular injury like a hamstring, where the odds of re-aggravating that are super high. So I'm not as concerned as I think Wilds is, just because of the nature of the injury.
Yeah, no, LeBron will be fine, and it'll take a couple more weeks for him to hit his stride again. As a player, you're trying to hit that mid-season stride where you feel good. LeBron was in that groove before he went down, and he'll find that again. LeBron James is one of those guys that's getting the mental reps. We saw the highlights a couple weeks ago where it was a TV timeout, and LeBron James was out there getting those mental reps. Like, that's what you do as a player. It's like you got to find a way when you're not 100%, or if you're not on the court, you got to find